Teachers aren't just leaving the classroom. They're walking away from a life they once loved. And it's not because they've stopped caring. It's because caring too much is costing them everything.
I just quit my job as a teacher. Did it for 12 years. I cried a lot. Said I wasn't going to. I have no job lined up. So I got a lot to figure out.
12 years is a long time to carry the emotional weight of teaching. And when crying becomes the norm, something is deeply wrong.
Here are 3 signs that you need to stop teaching. 1, the Sunday scaries. You have a feeling of anxiety and dread, knowing that you have to walk back into the same chaos that you just left 2 days ago. You feel burnt out. You're physically, mentally, and emotionally drained, and it's starting to take a toll not only on you personally, but with your family and your friends. Working in a toxic school culture, there's no support from anyone. You have no teacher support. You have no admin support. There's no accountability for adults. There's no accountability for children.
When a teacher spends every Sunday dreading Monday, burnout isn't coming. It's already here. The Sunday scaries become a cycle of anxiety that you can't climb out of while still in the classroom. It's a sign that the job has invaded every corner of your life.
Last week I quit. I quit my job. I resigned. My last day was on Friday. I have nothing lined up, and that's okay because I almost died over that job. And I'm here to tell you that you also have permission to quit a job that makes you miserable. No job should make you compromise your mental health, your physical health, your well-being, your personal relationships, your personal life in general, okay? No job should make you feel that way. I know I'm a privileged white lady with no kids, so it's a little easier for me.
People assume privilege protects you from burnout, but it doesn't. Even without kids of her own, she still had to carry the emotional labor of all her students. Sometimes walking away isn't about privilege, it's about finally choosing yourself.
Tell you exactly why teachers are quitting. Coming home mentally, physically, and emotionally exhausted. Some teachers are coming home having endured being hit, kicked, bit, slapped by students. And we're exhausted to the point where we can't even take care of our own kids because we are so drained at the end of the day because of all the stuff we're dealing with at school this year. The kids this year, they don't know how to play with each other. They don't know how to stop playing with each other. They don't know how to sit down, be quiet, to not call their teacher's name 100 times. We have had to reacclimate them to being in school again. I don't understand why we're just picking back up business as usual. We are absolutely dog tired and exhausted. We have to do something because what we're doing is not working.
Being attacked at work should never be part of the job description. When teachers say kids have no boundaries, they're not being dramatic. They're describing a culture shift where adults have lost authority entirely. Exhaustion becomes a survival mechanism, not just a feeling.
I quit my teaching job in the middle of the school year, and here's a couple of the reasons why. Because of the stress and the secondhand trauma from the classroom, I developed anxiety and I fell into depression. I had to go to the doctor, and he prescribed me talk therapy and antidepressants, all to cope with my daily job. I started to notice that I was dreading going into work every day. I didn't have any energy left over for me. Being with students all day really drained you, and so my personal life was suffering. The number one reason I didn't want to do it anymore is because of the behavior issues. I just got tired of dealing with them, and so I knew it was my time to leave.
Quitting mid-year tells you everything. She didn't leave because she wanted to. She left because she couldn't stay. Teaching drained her to the point where her body and mind shut down. When a job starts destroying your personal life, it's no longer a career, it's a crisis.
If you would have told me a few months ago that I would resign from my teaching position in June of 2023, I would have been very shocked and I would have been very excited. I have been considering leaving the teaching profession for about 6 months now. I knew it wasn't right for me, and it definitely wasn't going to be right for me long term. Leaving this profession is not going to be easy. It's definitely not the way I saw life going, but that's how it goes. Teaching definitely took a toll on my mental and physical health. I love my students, but I know ultimately this is the right decision.
This is the heartbreak of teaching. Loving your students, but knowing the job is destroying you. She wrestled with the decision for half a year, which shows how deeply she cared. Leaving wasn't the easy option, it was the necessary one for her health.
You probably are. This is your sign to quit your job. I was a teacher for 8 years, and I am in a new career. And I definitely miss the kids. I don't miss the administration, and I don't miss the parents.
I never support telling teachers to quit as a blanket solution. Everyone's situation is different, and encouraging a mass exodus doesn't help the profession or the kids. We need better systems, not pressure for everyone to walk away.
For those of you who don't know, I was a teacher who quit teaching last year, and I now work from home. There was one day in particular that I'm sure gave me about 3 or 4 white hairs. While I am in the middle of my reading teaching block, I get a call from my administration saying that there is a parent who is demanding to speak to administration because her child was attacked yesterday during school and no one notified her about it. The administrator asked me if anything happened with this student, if I had any information about it. It was coming from an angry place to where I felt bad, like if I had done something wrong, and I had no knowledge of this entire situation. So I let her know that I have no idea what's going on. Later in the day, that this student had claimed to be attacked by an older student during lunch. This student gave details, a description of his attacker, all these things that made his story very plausible. This parent even said that she saw red marks on him and she was just outraged. So I keep getting bombarded with calls and knocks on the door asking what happened. Tell me what happened when you picked up the kids from lunch. Is there any information? And I had nothing. It was a normal school day. All day long, I'm just riddled with anxiety, feeling like a terrible teacher. Like, how could I miss something like this? I later find out that they went through the security footage and some things were not adding up. And this parent's main point of evidence in this whole situation is that her child's Apple Watch had been smashed. It was shattered. While they're going back through the footage, this student is seen playing with his Apple Watch. He's kind of tossing it around here and there, and it falls on the floor. They see the student pick it up with a dismayed look on his face, and they immediately knew that this watch hadn't been broken in an attack. After this was explained to the student, he confessed to everything when he got home. So he said he made up this story. The parent's response was essentially, "Oh, sweetheart, I don't like it when you lie to mommy. Mommy doesn't like that. We've talked about that." And that was it. There were 0 consequences from the parent for this behavior. And that's just essentially how the majority of parents were acting this last school year. And that's when I realized that this job was just taking too much from my mental health. I was starting to have panic attacks going into work and going into any meeting with any parent. So now I work from home and I feel so much happier and just so much more fulfilled.
Parents can make or break a teacher's year. In her case, they broke it. Getting called in because a child was attacked in a class without her knowing is a symptom of total chaos. Admin expecting teachers to control the uncontrollable is exactly why so many walk out.
I'm just documenting my journey of saying yes to me and no to an educational system that I just don't believe in anymore. I've taught middle school and high school PE for the past 10 years. This past summer, I packed up my car, packed up my dog, and moved from California to Oregon. Oregon is beautiful and amazing, but I can wholeheartedly say that I am done teaching in a public school system. And I gave myself the best Valentine's Day gift ever. I said yes to me, no to the school system, and I resigned.
Okay, well, giving a Valentine's Day present to herself. It says a lot about how much she needed out. But I don't agree with blaming everything on feelings. Teaching does require structure and accountability. Leaving without direction can feel liberating, but solutions come from balance, not escape alone. If we want teachers to stay, we need to start listening before it's too late. Support your teachers, share their stories, and let's change the system together.